Good morning and thank you for joining me. I'm going to do a little video today showing you guys how to make a finger puppet on SewArt. SewArt just had an update to the applique portion of the software, and I'm so excited because they let me test it before they actually put it out, and it worked really awesome. So I was, really excited to get it out. So finger puppets kind of evaded me for a while. I'm sorry for all the noise in the back. My cats are going crazy playing with each other. Okay, so couldn't figure it out. And then this morning I woke up and I thought, oh my gosh, it's not that hard. Especially now that the applique has been updated and we're not really confined to a satin stitch anymore. So we're going to use this guy. I know it doesn't seem to make much sense, but we want to make it kind of long and skinny. And we are going to, not horizontal, flip it vertical. And that's going to make our body. And we're going to go up here to the tools. Sorry, I should have told you guys, I opened this in Paint, Microsoft Paint. And you can use any photo editing software, I think. But Paint is free and it comes on my computer. I'm not quite sure if it comes on a Mac, but on Windows everybody should have it. I checked on my son's computer and he's got the most up-to-date computer in the house and he has it, so you should have it too. Okay, so we're going to get rid of all of that and get rid of that until we have these two perfect angled lines. I'm not very good at making sure angles are perfect. If you are, you can go up to the grid line and you can do it with the line, this thing right here. But the shape's already there, so I'm going to select it and move it to the bottom of the little canvas that Paint gives us. And then I'm going to use this tool, the squiggly tool, and I'm going to just draw a line here, and then in the middle you click again and you pull it to make your arms. So let's make it seem like he's kind of a happy guy. Okay, well, that works too. Alright, so that one is set. I'm going to hit select, copy, paste, rotate it. Sorry about that. I get my horizontal and vertical mixed up. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, and so we're just going to place that right there. There we go. We got arms. And now we're going to give him or her a little head. Kind of looks like an angel, actually. Sorry about my cats. They're just, I don't know what's going on with them. They're just being really crazy, having a lot of fun today. It's a really nice day out. Okay, so we got the little head on there. And then we're just going to get rid of all that under there. So we have our outline. Now from here, you can put in any face you want. You can go on the internet and look up stuff and put on faces and, get really creative with it. I want the fill color to be black. Both of these are solid. Okay, and the eye is too big. Sometimes you have to click out of things. I forget. Okay, so let's make this eyeball a little small. What? Why is it doing that? Okay, let's just get rid of the eye altogether then. We're going to make it a little smaller. We don't want him to be too creepy. Sometimes if it's too small, you can't. There you go. Let me move it. Okay, I want it more closer up there. I want it to be a happy guy. Okay, now he's small, and you can still move him if you do. I'm not moving, but we're going to hit copy and paste and get the other eye. And now our little friend has two eyes. you know, it'd be smart to put the grid on if it was really important. So you can use, you know, almost anything on here for a smile if you want a quirky smile or whatever. This, I like this one because you can make a line and then pull it down. So if you can like have a really silly smile, it could be a bird. Ah! Okay. So let's give him just a little bit of a smirk. Maybe over there. And you can bring it down a little bit. And let's put a star on his chest. The one I made earlier has a heart, so we're just going to put a star on this one. And that smile doesn't look so happy. I think I'm going to undo that. Or maybe have a cute little R. Like a parrot. Look like he's singing. Okay. Oh! Okay, let's just erase that weird little smile. Why are you giving me that? Do this too. Let's see. No fill. That's what we want. And then perfect. Okay, so we don't close the bottom. And that is so that the bottom can stay open. So let's go ahead and select it now. Now this is where we're going to crop it to make it big in the picture window. I don't know how to explain what exactly it does when you get all, but basically you're making it a better picture because it's not having to try to convert all the white in the back. If it has less white to try to convert, it's focusing on the black, and that's what we want to focus on. Okay, so let's crop it, select all, copy, and come down to SewArt, and you should open. If you haven't done the update yet, I'm going to tell you this real quick. You can go here to help and do update now. I have mine set to auto update, so whenever I open SewArt, it gives me a prompt, and that's kind of cool. But not everybody likes that, so you can click update now. Not everybody's, my husband's wasn't set to auto update. And I don't know if I went and clicked auto update or if that's how it came. So maybe yours isn't because you never clicked the auto update. I don't know. But anyways, this is where you go to do it, or you can just go straight to the website and download it like as if you were downloading it brand new. Okay, so let's hit paste. And it's going to paste our little guy in here. Now let's check our colors. It should only be 2 with a very simple image. And it didn't have to do a lot of converting, so that's good. So let's go ahead. We did all of our cropping and paint. So let's go ahead and make sure that this will fit in our hoop. So I'm going to bring it down to 95. It doesn't really change a lot. And now, because we have all these fill things going on in here, it's a little bit different than just doing the circle that I did in my previous applique update or applique video. Alright, so we're gonna put some color into things so that the machine knows, you know, all the different things to do. So let's give him some blue eyes, and you can choose your thread, you know, you don't have to go with the color recommendations that come. Some people just use colors to set, like we're going to do. It's going to just set the stitches in the correct order for us. Okay, and so that's all there is to it. You just put all your colors in. You could color this and left the eyes black, you know, but at least make them different colors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the white. So we should have 5 colors. Perfect. Okay, any variation means there's something weird going on in there. You gotta check it out. Alright, so we come over here to Stitch Image. Now we're going to click Applique Center Line first, we want the die line to be the very first part of the whole entire project. It's going to show us where to set the oops, your fabric. I'm sorry, I'm having such trouble with that. Okay, so in this we're going to use the bean stitch because bean stitches look the best on felt, and it looks handmade, which is what you're really kind of going for when you're working with felt. But we get to do the extras by putting on the faces and stuff like that, whereas if you were sewing it on felt, you would have to cut out tiny eyes and a little mouth and glue those on or hand sew them on somehow. It's a lot of tedious work. So we don't have to do that. We're lucky we get to bypass it. Alright, so we're going to hit the bean stitch applique center line. Oops. Clear. Okay, it's set to the satin stitch height and stuff. So we want the height, which is actually going to be the separation for bean stitch, to be about 2 to 4 on felt, 2 on stuff like vinyl. You want it to be pretty tight and together. But the length, we want it to be pretty noticeable, like it looks like it's hand stitched. And so what we're going for is 2 and probably close to 40. That makes it, look a little bit cuter, and it may give you a little bit of variation in the end design. Oops. But it just adds to the cuteness of it, in my opinion. But you can, if you want it to be more precise, bring your numbers down on the length for the bean stitch and for running stitch. Okay, but it looks like it did pretty good. It's not going to show you 3 separate layers, but there's 3 separate layers going on there. And it looks like it got pretty close. And it'll look really cute. Okay, so let's close the menu. And then we're going to go over here to fill. And it's going to have the 19 default. I'm just going to stick with that. It's a really nice stitch. I know I need to do a video eventually showing the oops. I don't know, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Oh, showing the angles. Showing the angles, doing different angles and what all that means and how it can change your project. I haven't gone a whole lot into that, so. Alright, so on the mouth, I want to do a satin stitch on the mouth. Okay, so I'm going to hit outline center line. I'm not going to be in the applique anymore because I just did that. I told it to applique this part. All of this stuff is fill stuff, so the outline center line is going to be what we want because we want it to follow a line and stay one height. Outline border will go around the inside and around, it'll go around both sides. So it'll give you a satin stitch on the outside of the mouth, satin stitch on this outside, instead of one satin stitch that goes all the way across. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to go to satin stitch, and in satin stitch, it actually, the height does mean height. So we want the satin stitch height to be probably 25 for something this small, and the separation, which is the length on this one, to be 2. Oops, did I hit satin? Oh. So it's smart to zoom in. And in the older videos that other people have created, your zoom is up here, but the zoom is actually down here now in your right hand bottom corner. Okay, so we're zooming in so we can get a better look at it and click on the right thing. So it's going to give us a cute little satin stitch mouth. We're going to go back to the fill and fill in the star. And that's it. It's done. Okay, so we're going to hit File, Save As, and I like to save it as a JPG. And we'll go finger puppet. I already have a finger puppet, so let's do 2. Hit Save, and then it's going to bring us over here. Make sure your pattern size is good. Go to Computer. Go right to your removable disc, finger puppet 2, hit save, and now it's on your machine. Okay, so I'm going to set up my machine and sew this out and take pictures. And I will see you guys in a little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for all the encouragement. It's been really, really, really fun and awesome. Okay, so here's the die line. It's going to be your step number 1. And then after the die line is placed, you put down your fabric. That's step number 2. And there it goes, it's sewed it out. And then on step number 3, you're going to skip it, and you're going to skip to number 4 because you want to do all your fill stitches now that right after the tack down you want to do all of your fill stitches. So there's the eyes. It's going to do out sew out the mouth and then also the star right there. And then after this you want to get some spray glue that's you know, it doesn't matter really what you use, just do it really super lightly so it dries really fast. You just need a tiny bit of tack to get it to stay on to the back without, you know, moving whenever it starts sewing. So it's just a tiny bit of it works really great, and I just use scraps of felt for these to play around with. And then whenever you're done, and whenever the back is on there, you're going to skip back to number 3. Number 3 is the final stitch, and it's going to stitch the back and the front together, leaving the bottom part open, so whenever you cut it all, you can stick your finger in it and you have yourself a nice little finger puppet.